We are live. We are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of SpinZone Picks. I am your host, Dougie Buckets, here with my co-host, Jenno.
Douglas McBuckets.
We're outside. We're outside, baby.
I think you're doing it just to spite me because I would do anything to be in a t-shirt and shorts right now.
Yeah, it's nice. It's like 75 degrees. It's beautiful outside.
God, that's nice.
I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier. Why not just do it outside? Why am I in my dusty, curmudgeon-y apartment with like pretzelized all in the background? But you could have this beautiful backdrop of just green. I'm touching grass, baby. Touching grass.
You know what I have? So I changed my camera angle. You know what I have behind me right here?
What?
This is the signed hat and glove I got from Daniel Berger when he dome-pieced me on the 16th hole of Harbortown and nearly killed me with his driver. So I figured that'd be a nice...
How bad did that hurt getting hit in the head by a professional drive? Like, was it...
I don't know what hurt more, getting hit or Jack laughing so hard he couldn't help. And all the people around us thought Jack was like a serial killer because I could be dead. I could be dead. And I wasn't dead. I don't have sunglasses here, but I was wearing sunglasses, right? I had a hat on, wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
And the ball hit the sunglasses and the hat, like where they meet.
Fuck.
And right at the temple. And
yeah.
And it knocked knocked the sunglasses off. I fell over. Jack's hysterically laughing. The marshal isn't doing his job. He was supposed to be watching the ball, but instead he was talking to like some other guy in the crowd. So instead of saying like 4 ball incoming, driver off the dome piece on the fly. The best part of the story is that the ball goes back into the fairway. He makes birdie to make the cut, I think, or maybe like sneak in the top 10 and makes like 500 grand. I saw him on the putting green the next day when he gave me this glove, right? He signs a glove and a hat, and Jack goes, you know, Phil Mickelson gives out Rolexes when he hits people, and Daniel Berger goes, I'm not Phil Mickelson.
Yeah, I was gonna say a glove and a hat. I mean, if he walked in there with 500 G's, I would have liked the taste. You should have got at least 5 G's out of that.
So it was a story, and now it sits right there.
That's pretty cool. I don't have any stories about getting hit by golf balls.
I've gotten hit by buddies too. It sucks dick.
I got hit by one guy they call the bear, actually. The bear is just take a bear. That's what this man looks like. But he was the nicest guy at Key Island. And we go out there, play 9 holes at about sunset. And we're getting pretty banged up. We know the cart girls out there. They're feeding us drinks. And I think we're on like the 7th hole. Par 5, he pulls 3-wood. My ball's just in front of his. And I don't really know why I decided to do this, but he goes and addresses his ball, and I just decided to walk like straight in front of him to my ball. And he whacks one so fucking hard off of my left calf, I went down. Like left calf, it felt like it went all the way to my fucking ears, and I just fell completely sideways.
It's been like I've gotten shin before where just like someone skull fucks a ball across the green and I just get domed in the shin. I'm trying to think, yeah. So anyway, that was a quick little aside. So we missed last week. We
didn't miss last week. We did not miss last week. We were protesting against last week. Our guy, right. Brendan Todd, was not invited to play in last week's tournament, and we said absolutely fucking not.
And you would think with his back-to-back DFL dead fucking last appearances, he would be... It's almost impressive how bad he's been playing. You would think he would be invited to at least try and go for 3 in a row.
It was a 3-peat. The guy had a chance to make fucking history. And what do? They strip him from it completely. Unbelievable. We will not stand for this PGA. I think Brendan Todd should go to LIV and make his bag. I think he should finish dead last 4 events in a row and really set the record straight.
Well, according to, so I don't know if you heard, and speaking of Miami, DT, Dr. Trump over there is meeting with Jay Monahan over on the PGA Tour to talk about getting the tourists back together. And I saw something this week. It was like, I don't know, Torrey Pines had like 4 million people watching. Liv had like 25,000 people watching, and the Pro Cornhole League had 50,000 people watching. So more people were watching cornhole than John Rahm and Bryson DeChambeau on a pretty nice course in Australia. And it just goes to show you that the $3 billion that they've sunk into LIV is no good if everybody just isn't playing together.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's not good. I mean, live events are cool. I wish and I hope that when they're gonna come together. I just think live is gonna get a lot lower asking price than they were thinking of.
yeah,
You know what I
I
mean for
agree.
the merge. But
I agree.
I don't know. I hope the PGA adopts some of what live is doing, not all of it. Get some tournaments throughout the years that are live based, where it's like, let's just go have fun. Let's just like have a crazy waste management that's not on the waste management. Let people go who don't love golf per se actually go for the concert. Like that's okay. We just want you to be a part of the game. Like it's cool. Grow it as much
Right.
and as fast as you can.
I'm with you. I'm with you. So speaking of Phoenix, so we missed last week. I was on vacation. You were busy. Phoenix Open was 2 Sundays ago. Thomas Dietrich wins. We saw Jordan Spieth make an appearance. We saw Justin Thomas, Scotty Scheffler, a bunch of guys were chasing him down, and he just goes and puts his balls on the table, birdies the last 3 holes to win. Phoenix was electric like always. I saw obviously there's a bunch of content out there, people playing, and it's one of those tournaments I want to get to. We got to get out there.
Yeah, I think we should. I think next year we should absolutely try to get there, go for 2-3 days. I'm not saying go to the tournament 2-3 days. Let's go one day, and then the rest just go play golf.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. So that was Phoenix. Nothing really to write home about. It was a cool tournament. They got great weather. The course looked awesome. And then this past week, Torrey Pines, I actually got to watch a good amount because I was traveling and I was just kind of watching on my phone. They got some shit weather. So it was supposed to be the Genesis, which is played at Riviera.
Yeah.
LA burns to the ground. Tiger Woods says, let's just move it to Torrey Pines in San Diego. So it was at Torrey Pines again, which we just saw. So Torrey Pines is a boring ass golf course. It's just thick, rough, straight fairways. But Ludwig Oberg decides to go out and get redemption on his. I don't know if you recall, but what did we do? We showed up late to the Farmers, right?
I was thinking the exact same thing. We showed up late to the Farmers. We saw Ludberg was winning. We both picked him to win.
I like that. Ludberg.
What's his name?
Ludwig Aberg.
Ludberg, whatever. Let's just combine it. Ludberg was winning, and then all of a sudden, he just fell off the fucking planet the second we started talking about him. Which is typical for the show, because we're 0-21 in
we
picks.
We are bad.
I think that's why.
I've gotten some text messages that are like, Jesus Christmas. So we're not doing good. But you know what? We have a couple weeks to take off. We got a couple tournaments coming up that we're not even going to talk about because they stink. It's like the Mexico Open. There's nobody going. It's like it's Doug McBuckets and Chano showing up to the course. There's nobody showing up. So, but we got some other stuff to round up. So, did you watch the Super Bowl?
Fuck yeah, I watched the Super Bowl. It was awesome.
Where'd you watch the Super Bowl?
I just watched it in my house. It was great. I didn't do anything for it. I was sick as a dog, but it was an awesome story. Anybody who says otherwise is an idiot. Doesn't know football.
I thought it was too. I thought it was an absolute masterclass of the Eagles.
It was an ass kicking. It was an absolute ass kicking.
I like this plane that's flying over you right now.
The what?
The plane that's flying over you right now that's blasting in my eardrums.
Oh, you can hear that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's going to be sick for the listeners. This is great podcasting.
No, so yeah, we were in Utah and we were watching, and it was an absolute masterclass by the Eagles. I can't wait for Rich to have to pay for my round of golf. If you go back to the last episode, we had a bet. I had the Eagles, he had the Chiefs, and he gets to pay for my round of golf Masters Week when we're down in Myrtle Beach.
It was so cool to watch that Super Bowl because the entire time I was like, no, this can't be. This can't be happening. And then you'd see Mahomes do his scramble thing, and he'd just almost get out, and you'd see an Eagles hand, boom, grab him, and he wouldn't be able to do his Patrick Mahomes thing. And it was so cool because they did it every time. They didn't let Patrick Mahomes do Patrick Mahomes shit. And I was like, this is awesome to watch. Like, finally a team's figured it out. Keep this guy down. Hit him hard, and you might have a chance.
It was funny. I heard I'm not a great football mind, but I heard somebody break it down. First of all, it was one of the first times I'd ever seen Mahomes get rattled like that. I mean, he was rattled. I think he had like 50 yards in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the first time that they were able to rush 4 instead of bringing like a blitz. They were able to rush 4 and get pressure on him, which the Bucs did with Tom Brady when they beat him. So we found the cheat code. You got to have 4 big guys on the front lines who can rush the passer.
Everyone says like that's the cheat code. I feel like that's the cheat code in any fucking game. Hey, stop the quarterback from throwing touchdowns. You won a football game. Oh, we found the cheat code in Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, no shit, dude.
Exactly.
Like come on.
Exactly. So.
But I thought. One thing I didn't like about the Super Bowl, way too early, and I get it. They were kicking their ass. They had the right to do it. Way too early with the Gatorade thing.
Oh yeah, there was like 4 minutes left or 5 minutes
Dude,
left.
I was losing my mind. I knew they were
Yeah.
gonna lose, but I was like, that's way too early. That's
Yeah.
not. That is. Although I guess it is like a really big disrespect to the Chiefs. Like we have 4 minutes left. We're just gonna dump this on you, big fella. But I looked at it. I was like, man, that's for after. Like after the like coach is still in it 4 minutes in. I don't care what the score is. Now he's just soaked and sticky.
Yeah. Now he's soaked and sticky for the rest of the game. Yeah, it was great. I enjoyed it. I thought that I'm not like I like Kendrick Lamar. I thought the halftime show kind of stunk.
I don't really get it.
It was boring. It just like he was on like some gray platform.
What's up with the TikToks? What's up with the TikToks being like? Have you seen them? The Katniss Everdeen fucking.
No, I don't have TikTok.
TikTok's best. But anyway, it like shows Kendrick Lamar and then it shows Trump like looking down all Trumpy, and it's like. And it's like, this is just like the Hunger Games. And I'm like, in what? How the fuck is this anywhere near? Where is this? Like, the SpinZone of that had me rattled for at least 2 days. I was down a rabbit hole. I was like, where were the subliminal messages? I must find them.
They were reaching for subliminal messages. I have no fucking clue what they were talking about.
That's why TikTok is the best. You could just go down a fucking rabbit hole that means nothing for 3 hours and then pop your head up and go, oh, fuck, there's an outside world.
Yeah. They're like, holy shit, I haven't looked up at my phone in 7 hours. Yeah, I don't have TikTok. I just never got on the bandwagon, so I just never decided. I just didn't get on.
I was in the same boat. I didn't want to get it, but then the second I started the whole creator stuff, I was like, oh, damn, this is a really easy way to get views and clicks. And I was like, yeah, this is awesome.
So let's see. What else do we got? Another plane. You're just next to the airport.
Jesus Christ. I thought you were talking about like a plane crash. I was like, shit, we are not talking about that shit on the show.
No, just another plane above you, although that would be really good for content. If the plane just landed in your backyard, boy, would that be good. We'd have millions of views. Anyway, so next on the list, we got Todd of the Week. We haven't done a Todd of the Week in a while, so we can go any different direction. I'm not really that prepared. I got a couple in mind, but
I got one in mind. I've had it since the gym, which is literally 35 minutes ago. And this is a good one because it just embodies a Todd. It's a goat. It's a goat doing goat things at TGL. Tiger Woods.
Oh, yeah.
Hearing the number 99.
Yeah.
And as a caddy, I can appreciate this because, you know, when you're so far out and you're giving a guy a number, you literally, like, I would say that, hey, 99. You know, nobody in their right mind would think, oh, okay, this is 99 yards when you can see it, but he's on a simulator. The guy says 99, Tiger grabs his 56, hits a 100-yard shot, and then looks up and goes, oh, fuck, that was 199.
I just laid up on a par 4. Yeah, that's classic. I saw that.
And I love that after, like, the team was like, so, like, can we get a do-over? I was like, actually, yeah, you probably should be able to have a do-over.
This isn't my Tiger of the Week, but I saw another one. This is bad PR for Tiger and his full swing simulator, but the Tommy Fleetwood absolutely flushes one and it just dribbles like 6 feet in front of him and he looks around and he's kind of like, he's not allowed to shit on the simulator because that's the whole point of the whole thing. But he obviously like flushes a 3-wood that goes like 10 feet on the simulator. But in reality, he hits it like 250 yards. He was pissed. But
what I don't understand is like what. So Tiger is trying to have his own simulator thing, but that's just so weird. You would think a guy like that, TrackMan is the fucking best. Why not just
not G4? What's that? GC Quad is a good one. TrackMan's a good one. Like, why not just partner with one of those?
Yeah, I don't know why you have to, like, TGL's yours, right? But it's basically his. And
yeah.
Why do you have to have the simulator be yours, too? Just understand it sucks. And then, like, go away from it for a while, test it out, and then fucking bring it back if it's good.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. So staying on the TGL, I got a Todd of the Week, just 2 of them. One of them is Jalen Hurts. He brings so much aura. When I look at him, he just has like a ring of aura around him. I don't know what it is. I don't even like him that much, but they're winning. They won the Super Bowl, right? And he's just sitting there like, all right, another day, just kind of homming around.
That is a Todd move.
Yeah, just like it's another day. Whether you're dead last like Todd is, or you're winning the Super Bowl, just another day in the books. And then my second one is Ludwig. He goes and wins a massive tournament, elevated event. It was a $20 million purse, his biggest win of his career. And the next day he shows up to a hit and giggle at TGL and absolutely spanks Tiger's team right in front of the world. And it's like, hey, that's Todd. That's
Todd energy. That's big Todd energy.
So
I guess I have one more because it relates to the Eagles. Saquon Barkley, Todd of the Week. He was at my club this past week. We were playing in front of him the entire day. Couldn't have been a nicer guy.
Nice.
But he was He hit the ball exactly as you think he would
Yes.
for how big he is. He mashes the ball, but you
course he
have
does.
no fucking idea where it's going. It's all over the place. And this guy's out. He's like probably 180 out. He's got a tree right in front of him, and he just takes a fucking 6-iron and blasts it over the tree and behind the green. I was like, all right, this is Saquon. Saquon style. Saquon hits the ball how Saquon going to hit the ball.
Yeah,
it was cool.
He's Quadzilla. He probably absolutely destroys it, but it just goes 7,000 yards offline.
Yeah, it's awesome. In my club, there's a couple holes where you can be 100 yards left and still be in play, and he was just driving all over the course to get his ball. I loved every second of it. It's, you would think you're at a club, you're playing, you hit one way left, you'd be like, I'm kind of embarrassed. Saquon don't give no fuck. He just won a Super Bowl. He's like, I'm driving all the way to fucking 3 fairway to hit my ball back in the floor. It was awesome.
Shit.
No, it was awesome. He was the man.
Good. I'm glad. That's cool. All right, what else? I was thinking, I'm coming into golf season here. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's going to be like 60 degrees next week. What you got? So I'm starting to think about what I want to do. Like, how do I want to get better this year? You got any golf goals? Any golf goals for us?
Yeah, I mean, my entire fucking shit is golf goals. Like, I am in the process of changing my swing so drastically, and it is so frustrating. But I have, so my number one golf goal is to master my swing. Like, figure out what works for me, but also implementing the techniques that this guy who's taught countless tour pros, is telling me to do, and just master all of that, which will be fucking impossible. But he sent me a text the other night. He's like, Doug, like, I gotta tell you, like, you have the talent to do it. He goes, you just need to fucking grind. And I'm like, fuck, that's the hard part. Like, I just want to be talented and good. You know what I mean? Like John Daly, talented and good, and then just fucked off. That's what I want. But I don't have that. I just have talent. Now I gotta fucking do it, and that's the shitty part. And then I'd say probably dial in the wedges a little more and just consistently shoot like low 80s and high 70s for the rest of the year. And then if I can really figure out the swing, start looking at lower. But right now, I just want to be high 70s. So if I can get off a course, shoot 79, 81 to 70, like right around there, like I'd be like thrilled, like absolutely thrilled.
No, yeah, I want to. Last year I got down to a 7.9. It was the lowest I've ever got to, and so I want to get below a 5. That's goal number one. But that all starts with just little things, getting better, driving the ball. My driver's a little wonky, but everything else tends to come into form later in the season. But this is one that's going to get me there. This is one that I texted somebody. I've only done it like once or twice. Is I want to have 5 rounds this year with no double bogeys or worse. So just bogeys, pars, birdies. So no double bogeys. So I'm going to keep, that's the one thing I'm going to keep track of this year. I want to have 5 rounds, no double bogeys or worse, just a clean card. And that's gonna help me get, so no big numbers.
That's huge. That is huge. This summer, I think I only played like 5 rounds this summer. They were all in the 70s. And they're all on gin. And that was the biggest point. Like, I wasn't out there being a world beater, like birdie, par. It was just like, all right, no, I didn't have any doubles, any of those 70s that I shot. And I was like, okay. Got me down to a 4.9, and I wanted to fucking, I'm not a 4.9. It's just I played 4 rounds in the summer, and they were all good. And they were like, oh, you're good. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I just don't play enough to show my bad. But now I'm playing it. Now I'm playing a ton, and I suck.
That's a good segue into. I have a couple comments from listeners about Douglas McBucket's game here. Let me pull those up. But it actually stems from your 4.9. Let me see.
Fuck me.
Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, it says since this is what I got. Since when is Doug a 5.4? And I said I don't know. And then someone said, well, he's getting 8. For our skins game down in Myrtle, we need to make sure that gets changed.
Fuck no.
So I'm petitioning to get that down to 5 strokes, not 8 strokes.
That's ridiculous. I have video proof of how shitty I am playing. I am not a 5.4. I am not a vanity handicap player either. I just do not have the I don't know what is going on in my golf game. I have zero fucking clue, but I am not a 5.4.
And then this person proceeds to say that you claim to play the tips a lot, but all of your videos are 300 and 320 yard par 4s and 476 yard par 5s. So I need you to explain yourself.
When do I ever claim to play the tips?
I don't know.
Who?
It's a devoted listener. It's a devoted listener. And then I got one more devoted listener.
That devoted listener's got to watch. I play the golds, not the tips. It's 1-up.
And then this was my other devoted listener.
I feel attacked.
This you're gonna know who this devoted listener is. This devoted listener said two things: one positive and one kind of funny. He said, "I love the Caddie content on TikTok. That's good stuff when you're reading people's putts, shit like that." Second one is, when I called him the worst good golfer I know, I wonder if that lit a fire under his ass to get a coach. So those were his two comments.
It kind of did. And to be honest, I thought about him in our first lesson because what my coach said to me was, "You're only good because your hands are so good." And I go, "What the fuck do you mean?" He goes, "Everything in your golf game is just you flipping your hands." He goes, he goes, "Within the time the club gets from here to here, you're trying to flip your hands to make it draw, cut it off to make it cut." And he goes, "I guarantee there's some days you go out there and shoot 1,000,000. And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "That's because your timing can't be fucking that good every time." And I was like, okay. So when he said that, I thought of T, and I was like, he's right. I'm the best, worst golfer of all time.
Best, worst golfer. So those were a couple devoted listener comments. So we'll just a couple thoughts. If anyone ever has any more devoted listener comments, you send them my way. We'll talk about them.
I want to know who's the guy that says I play the tips.
It was an anonymous voicemail. Okay.
I need to find this
hole-in-one stream content idea. So you mentioned that you were thinking about a hole-in-one stream. What were you thinking?
So there's this place called Loop 19 up in Fort Lauderdale. It's basically 8 TrackMan simulators with a giant putting green and like an actual chipping area. And, you can go there, watch games. It's actually a members-only club. And I went there one time with this guy, Gio. That's where I filmed me and Gio's like Tip Your Caddie interview. And I was just thinking, wow, this would be the perfect place if I could bite off like a Monday, Tuesday, like be like, "Hey guys, here's the crazy content idea. We live stream for as long as it takes from Monday to Wednesday. Like, I'll take off 3 days. If I have to sleep there on the couch or in a sleeping bag, I absolutely will." And so today I was like, you know what? Why don't I just message the owner? Because he messaged me, he's like, "Come anytime." So I did, and we've been talking, and I just want to make sure this is solid. Like, I don't know how many views we'll get, but I know we'll get a shit ton of clips. And the goal would be to, like, invite other caddies that I caddy with to come in and, like, hit some shots.
Oh, yeah.
And see if, like, some of the members that I caddy for have some big names. They could be like, "Hey, if you're in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, come through and do this." So it'd be, like, the first ever live stream for Tip Your Caddie. And that I feel like it would be really cool.
I don't think it would take us 3 days. I think, if anything, my body would give out before it would take us 3 days. I think, like, you saw Jersey Jerry do it, and you've seen like other people try and do it. I think he's a terrible golfer, and it took him like 36 hours or something like that. So I don't know. I think 12, 15, 18 hours we get.
Can I ask you something? When you were a terrible golfer, because I've been thinking about this a lot, do you think that terrible golfers hit better golf shots, like unbelievable golf shots, more than like a 5, 6, 7 handicap? Because, like, unless I'm just getting mind fucked by watching Bob Does Sports or or Jersey Jerry or Foreplay, I see them make these shots and I'm like, I don't know if I could ever do that in my fucking life.
Well, the difference is that they play so fucking much that they have opportunity, like they get more opportunity. Like if you played, it's just a numbers game, right? Like if you play 200 holes a week, you're going to have one, that's like 3,000 shots.
But like
you play once a week, you get 75 times, you get a chance to do something crazy. If they do it 3,000 times a week, there's more opportunity. It's just like, it just works out that way.
Okay, see, because I was like thinking back, I was like, man, I feel like I hit better shots when I was a 20 handicap, like chip-ins, like long putts. And I wonder if that's the case, or I wonder if those are just the shots I have in my head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we always, like, when I finish a round, I play with the same couple of guys down here, and we do this thing, like we'll recount the round, and we'll say, okay, what was your best shot of the day? And I feel like every round I look back, I'm like, okay, I had one shot where I was like, holy shit, it wasn't like chip in or hole in one or a 60-foot bomb, but like it's, I hit a 5-iron 10 feet from the hole and I was like, holy shit, like I don't do that normally. So I think that type of stuff happens more often than you think. If you actually sit at the end of your round and have a beer and say, okay, what was my best shot today? They typically have like 2 shots you can think of to say, wow, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's actually really good. I like that a lot. Just kind of going back and reflecting on the game because fuck me, I was I was miserable for a couple weeks playing golf, but I did have a couple good shots. So
Did you
that should keep.
film? You filmed 9 holes today?
I filmed 9 holes today, and I actually had one unbelievable fucking shot. I stuck an 8-iron from 170 to like a foot on a par 5, and this is after. This is how the hole went, and it's all filmed. Might put it out tonight. I topped the fuck out of a driver. Just topped it. I tried strong grip. I was like, all right, this round's in the toilet. Gonna just try something different. Top the fuck out of it. Then I slice my 3 hybrid. Like, all screaming 4 at this lady on the ladies' tee box. Like, I'm like, lady, please fucking move. It's right at her. Hits the car path, bounces right of it. Okay. Sorry. I'm just looking. I'm like, all right, fuck. I'm just gonna hit it. It's 170. It's a little off the left. I'm just gonna hammer 8-iron. I just fuck. And I knew it was a good shot. I just didn't have the reaction.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's to a foot. So I walked up and I'm like, oh my God, what a birdie.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes, that's what I'm saying. Like, every now and then you hit things, you're like, oh shit, that was great.
Yeah.
All right. What else do I got for us? All right. So I watched your interview with the assistant superintendent. That was a good interview.
Thank you. Yeah.
I heard your little concept of a 6 to 9 hole golf course. That was also a good idea. But I had a couple of questions for you. If I gave you this is a serious question. For free, you got 20 acres. You got 2 helpers that were just like our friends. And 1 skid steer, bulldozer, whatever. Do you genuinely think you could do anything with those materials?
It depends on the friends, really. But yeah, I do. I do just because of the network that I built. I know awesome greenskeepers. I know awesome.
Oh, so you would bring people in?
I would bring. You're saying with that?
With 3 people, 20 acres for free. It's great sand. Everything's. It's the right.
I don't think I could build a golf course in its entirety, but I could definitely map one out. Like, I could definitely map out. Okay. I could definitely map, like, with the bulldozer, move land, make it where I want, make the bunkers where I want, and have it just be all dirt. Like, I would know nothing about what kind of grass to plant and like how to water and get that going. But couple buddies show up and we could have land and we have a couple bulldozers. Absolutely, we could push dirt around. Be like, why don't we make this one like super high and like just mow off the sides and this, you know what I mean? There's so much you could do. Like, why don't we make this one a giant fishbowl? I definitely think it's possible.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, I genuinely don't even know. If you put me on a skid steer right now, I think I would just start digging holes and I wouldn't know how to fill them. I would just be like just thinking about I don't even know if I could level my backyard.
The way I go about it is you just take a picture from above and you kind of just see where you want to start and where you want to end. And then you just start fucking moving dirt. You just start moving. Okay, I want this to be here. I want this fairway to be kind of hilly and moundy. And then I want this green to have like a turtleback. I want this green to have a bowl. I want this green to like kind of run back to front. Definitely, 100%. Not even a doubt. But really, it does depend. Because if it's the bumpies, we're not getting shit done.
Bumpy construction. There's a guy on No Laying Up. His name's Ben Hoteling. He's like a video guy. He built a course in his backyard. It's all par 3 course. And I read a book. It was called, I might even have it. It was like the greatest American golf course, something like that. And this guy traveled around America by Tom Coyne. And he stopped at this course. And it was just like, they basically just did that. But they did it. He had his backyard was big enough to do that. And he basically just built a bunch of par 3s. And the biggest, hardest part had nothing to do with moving dirt. It had to do with irrigation. Like, you have to know where water's going to drain to, because that's your big, like, if water starts puddling, like, your whole course is ruined. So, thought that was interesting.
I mean, I guess the one thing you do is kind of think of it like highways, how they're all sort of pitched. I mean, that would kind of suck. That would be a very hard golf course if you pitched them all like a road. You know what I mean? So it just kind of goes off the side. But yeah, there's a lot that I don't know, but I know that I could get in a fucking bulldozer and
figure it out. Shit. Start moving shit around.
I would have the most fun. I would take mushrooms. I would just be letting them fucking guide me on that dozer.
Guide me to the land. All right, good stuff. Well, we got Mexico Open this week. We got Cognizant or something next week. It's actually down in Florida, and then the Florida Swing starts. So. You got Bay Hill in a couple of weeks, then you got the Players, and then it goes into like Masters prep, stuff like that. So we don't have to give any picks this week. I guess my only question to you would be, we just finished the California Swing. We just finished like Amex, Torrey, what was it? Pebble Beach.
Mm-hmm.
couple others. Anybody pop out to you? They're like, damn, they're having a good year. They're gonna be a killer this year.
One guy that's like popping out to me now is like obviously Scotty, but I don't know if right now he has the stuff to be in a birdie fest. You know
Yeah,
what I
you're
mean?
right.
That's the one thing I've noticed. I'm like, wow, he's there and he's gonna lurk and he's gonna lurk, but like, is he gonna like get over the hump of like this? Not a I guess it's not a season slump because his just started, but I'm looking at him like, why isn't he fucking just going balls to the wall right now? Like,
Yeah,
this is kind of crazy.
his game always lends itself to clean golf. Like he doesn't make big numbers, but this year, although he's had a lot of like top 20s, top 10s, which is relatively good compared to other people who are playing, he
Yeah.
he's making like he was in the hunt in Phoenix and then shot like 40 on the back and like shot himself
hmm
out of it, which he never did last year. He had something crazy stat of never posting below or above a 70 for like 40 weeks or something. And then he's had a couple of weird fluky rounds. So I don't know, maybe he's getting a little emotional. He's throwing clubs. I don't know if you've
Yeah, I
seen that.
saw that. That was weird from him.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen him do that once with like the really how
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm like,
but
you just spun a wedge to 10 feet and you're like yelling at Ted Scott. Give me a break, dude.
who the fuck else?
Sepp Straka's playing really well. Vic's playing really well. It's a bummer. It's a bummer that like I feel like for the last 5 years we've said, "Oh my God, Xander, you got to get over the hump. Xander, you got to get over the hump." And then he goes out and wins 2 majors last year. He's finally over the hump, and now he's been injured for like 3 months. And so now we had this whole like Scotty Xander debate on who was Player of the Year. Scotty won a bunch of times, but Xander won 2 majors, and now Scotty puts a wine glass through his hand. Xander's got a rib injury. So it's kind of like the number one player in the world is for the taking. Rory is firing right now. He looks really good. So
I was thinking about him too. He's fucking playing good golf. Ever since you told me that he's just like kind of firing center to the green, I'm like, oh fuck, he's
yeah,
gonna figure. I'm like, shit, that's a guy who's figured it out.
yeah,
That's a
he's
guy who's
firing.
really figured it out.
So I think Rory's on a mission. I think he's on a mission. He's starting to like just shit on like reporters and interview people like in the press conferences. He's just kind of like being smug. He's being back to cocky Rory, which I think he was
That's
getting
good
too.
for him.
He was
He
getting too
fucking needs
nice.
that.
Yeah, I agree.
He was trying to be like almost political with the live shit. And now he's just like, honestly, fuck this. Why do I have to be the guy? Fuck off. Let him come back. Who cares? I'm playing golf. Shut the fuck up. And I'm like, yes, like you should have been doing that from the beginning. People would have liked you more. Like trying to play both sides or trying to like die on a sword of like PGA over live is, it's just not likable. Like it's not like it's okay to be like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't really give a fuck what happens. I'm just here to play golf and win fucking majors. Like I like that guy better than the one that's like, oh, listen, as a community and the PGA, we got to really come together and you know what I mean? It's just shut up.
Right. I don't want to see these people ever again. Like fuck off. They're coming back.
I know they're your buddies too. Like you're gonna be boys again.
Give us a backyard tour. What are we looking at? Where's the cold plunge? I saw you got a cold plunge.
This is you got a little. There's a cat
Okay, I like the cat.
down there's the laundry,
Okay,
and then this is my little guest house here. So like that's separate from the whole house. It's a whole one bedroom.
nice.
And then back there, can you see it? Yeah, dude, the cold plunge is unreal. I did one this morning. I didn't. You don't want to do it, but like the second you get in, you're just like, oh, I'm battling now. This is great. Like you just start your day with a battle. You get out and you're like, oh my god, everything's fucking fine. Everything's good. Like this is amazing.
How
And
much
then
was it? How much was it?
I don't know. I don't know. They got the sauna from Costco, believe it or not, and it slaps. That thing gets up to like 190 degrees.
I've been
Which is-
sauning recently.
The sauna's good. The edge, I mean, if I had to guess with that chiller, it's probably around $2,000.
Yeah, that's they're all within like $1,200 to $5,000.
Yeah, and I think you can get a really low end one and still be good. But the people I live with are awesome. They invite me out for like a cookout all the time, and then we just like go hop in the sauna, hop in the cold plunge, just hang out. It's fucking awesome.
That's weird. Hey, come over and let's hop in this small tub together.
No, we're not in the tub.
Let's get in this small little tent and sweat our balls off.
And dude, they stay in it for so long. Like I'm in there
let's eat
dying.
burgers. Let's cook out and eat burgers on the grill and go in there and have meat sweats.
It's the best, dude. It's the fucking best.
All right, Dougie. Well, that just about wraps it. Good catching up with you.
We should. You should really plan, or I should plan either. I mean, I know I'm going to see you in a month, but you should either come down here and we play some golf, or I should come up there and we should play some golf. I'm kind of
Yeah,
getting sick of Florida golf, but if you need some golf, come here.
I do need some golf. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just do I had a bunch of like points and stuff with work. I'm traveling for work next week, but when I get back, maybe I'll just do I'll come down on what's the best day for you? What is your work schedule? How does that work? Do you work like
Like
six
as a
days a
kid,
week?
yeah, I work all the time, but like the easiest days are Mondays and Monday through Wednesday. But
Okay.
that's fucking proper corporate time, so that's the only reason it doesn't work.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. All right. Well, we'll catch up, and I'll be back. I'll probably be on the road next week, but I'll do it from my phone, and we'll get after it.
Yeah. All right, channel.
See you,
Good
bud.
fucking pod.